Hey guys, Fresh Laws here with the new Challenger GT. This is my 2-week review. Please subscribe guys, please like my video. And I posted one right at the dealership when I picked up the GT. Sorry for the dirty car, I didn't have the chance to clean it yet. It looks super badass with the halos. Oh my god, it looks amazing. I did put the Challenger faceplate on. The halos look amazing. That's your daytime driving lights. I just tinted it out, so I'm going to show you a good view on that. Little hood scoops, and I'm going to give you a full review. I wanted to have 2 weeks at least driving it before I do it for you, just to show you and tell you how it feels and riding it. The tints actually made it amazing looking, and the rims, I didn't like them at first. They're pretty cool actually. They're 19s with Michelin Primacy MXM4s on them, which drive really smooth actually, and it's got a little bit more of a higher lift. I think I can fit like almost five fingers. It's got the Police Pursuit suspension in it, and I love it. It's super quiet. It's actually very good on churning. So I'm returning my lease. I actually have the BMW 3 Series right before I got this one. So that one, everybody knows that the churning is amazing, and the Dodge is up there. I would think this doesn't churn as good as a Camaro or a Mustang GT, but it churns pretty damn good. Give you a couple looks. The tints actually made it look pretty nice, especially with the rims, kind of make it stand out. Please subscribe guys. I'm actually just ordered the matte black fuel cap door, so I'm going to do an installation, a whole video on that, and I'm going to give you a couple views here. So here are the keys that come with the car. So these are the keys. You have a panic button. You press twice. You have the trunk open release, open close. Comes with the full security system. And if you press this button right here, a regular key comes out in case battery's dead. And I also requested that I get right from Dodge. So Dodge installed this. It's an automatic car start, a smart automatic car start, which actually, if it's under 30 degrees, starts up my heated steering wheel and heated seats. So it's pretty darn cool. So I'm going to give you a look on that. Looks pretty bad ass. So alright, so there's 2 ways you can open up the trunk. I'm going to give you a quick look at that. You can press the key release twice. I really don't use the keys ever. You can actually press this button right here and it does the same thing. So like I said when I did buy the car, make sure you do get the spare tire. The trunk is pretty big, and the great thing about it is the seats do go down, so in case you need to carry a snowboard or whatever, now that it's all-wheel drive, that's the beauty of it. Make sure you get the spare tire. And here's the spare tire. Hasn't been touched. It is a spare tire, not a full-size tire. Here is the battery. So it is in the trunk, just like the German BMWs. The LEDs at night look amazing. And the tint actually made the car as well. I was going to change the rims, but now with the tint it looks pretty smoking. And this is the GT 2017. Does have the sunroof, does have the shark fin. So there's 2 ways. You never need a key. You either put your hand right here, opens the door, or this with the alarm closes the door. All you gotta do, it's locked, open, and you go in. Pretty darn awesome. So inside it comes with the Dodge. Obviously it's dirty now, it's been 2 weeks. You got the auto window left and right. open, close, left mirrors. It has the cup holder right here. It's got the papers you can put on the back, and the greatest thing is the Alpine sound system, which has 2 speakers right there, 3 in the front. If you can see, there's one right there, one in the center under the, and then there's one on the right, and a bigger sub on the back. So here's the car, and it's got the nice Challenger logo right here, full Napa heated leather and ventilated. So it's got the Sirius XM hits, which comes 1 year with it. It's got this awesome trim, and it's got illuminated cup holders, so at night you can see that for the change. What's great with the 2017s, it comes with Android Auto. So Android Auto, it actually has 2 outlets, one in the front right here on the right, and one right here to charge your phone in case you don't want to use a USB. It's got an auxiliary cord right here, and these are all illuminated as well. So with the Android Auto or the Apple Auto, which is amazing, all you do if you want, so it does have Bluetooth music, so you don't need to use this at all, or an auxiliary cable. But with the Android Auto, which is great, came on the 2017s, if your car doesn't have navigation, which these ones, what they did was you just plug in your USB cable or your lightning cable if you have an iPhone. I have an Android, and Android Auto pops up here. You click it, it's navigation. So your whole screen turns into a map, Google Maps, which is the best, and drives with you, basically just like a normal navigation. You can set your destination, and it talks to you through the speaker, and it's just amazing. So your wheel is actually very comfortable. It's heated right now, as you can see on top right there. And here's the Dodge logo, standard. It's got your controls right here where you can control your screen setup, which I'll show you in a minute. That's my miles per hour, RPM, and speed as well. It's got your fuel on the right, your park, reverse, neutral, manual, and it's got your engine heat right there. Range is on the top left on your whole gas tank, and the degrees outside. Your compass would be right over here. So other than that, let's look at some of the features. So this is to set your cruise control, and this is for your phone. If someone calls, you answer, hang up, and it's got voice record. So you hit that. I don't want to hit it since I'm making the video. It pops up call. It gives you a lot of things. You want to set the navigation. You want to call Mike. It says if you have a couple mics, please look at screen and save the number, and then it calls for you. It's got paddle shifters. Also behind the paddle shifters, let's see if I can get it, it's just the top portion of it on both sides, and this is the volume, and this is to change stations. Same thing on the back, that's to change Sirius AM FM. The wheel's very comfortable on all sides. It actually looks really nice and stylish. I forgot to take a look at the pedals. They're also aluminum upgraded pedals that come stock on the GT. Of course, the engine start button, which is great, starts up automatically. Windshield wipers press in for the washing liquid. It's got auto, obviously. You press this in for fog lights, and this is all the interiors, and this is to pop the trunk. All of the vents right here. Beautiful stitching. I love this stitching that goes all across, and it's all soft leather, and this is actual real leather. What's great about it, it's got the T-shifter handle with the Torque Flight 8-speed transmission, which is great. It's the same company that makes Torque Flights, that makes the BMW transmissions, the 8-speed. So pretty nice to know. So if you watch any videos between the Camaro, the Mustang and the Dodge used to not have the best transmission, but now they do. They have the TorqueFlite 8-speed transmission, which is as good as I would say the same company makes it as they do for BMW. So that's a step up. So I'm going to go right here, and we're going to switch the screen setup, messages. I haven't set it all up. The hits, the trip info, my fuel economy, which I've been beating on it a little bit so lately. This is your tire gauge monitors. So if I go down to the tire gauge monitors, you see all that bars down there. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit right on this, and that's your coolant temperature, which is awesome. You can look at your transmission temperature. You can look at your oil temperature. You can look at your oil pressure. You can look at your oil life, how much oil you have. I have 89%. All-wheel drive mode. It's got the battery voltage, which will go up and down. Intake air temperature. So engine torque, it actually tells you the torque, engine power, the horsepower. So you can choose any of those. I keep it on the speedometer. Okay, let's get through. The screen is amazing. 8.4 inches stock on the GTs, and it's got everything. It's got climate control, and it's all touch screen. And I had the BMW one, and I'm telling you, I'm so impressed with this. It's insane. It's better than the BMW or any other car I've driven, and the touch screen makes it easier. Sorry, my girlfriend, we have to ignore that, just for the video, obviously. Okay, so we have the system. I don't know if you're going to be hearing it, but you have Sirius XM radio. There's a lot of different stations. You can choose hip-hop, Howard Stern's right there.
Voice there, like, why don't
there's a million different you can browse on it. They give you a year free, and then it's like $8 a month or something. And the sound system on this Alpine is just ridiculous. You don't need the Harman Kardon GT package. This thing, the subs blow you out of the water. What else? So we can go to radio, we can go AM, FM, then we can go to media. Basically that connects to your Bluetooth, USB, auxiliary, Bluetooth, so you can send your iHeartRadio, all that. Climate control, so you can send your front, and you can also do some of those right down here, front, rear defrosters, temperature, hit auto down here, all, and set the speed, so if you don't want auto. So it's pretty cool. You can set it all here or there. So the apps, you got driver heat, you got passenger heated seats, you got driver ventilated seats, passenger ventilated seats. So all that is heated wheel, all that is included. You got Go services, so it's basically a mirror dimmer, obviously, radio, media, climate, controls, audio settings, and my favorite thing is the performance pages. So let's get to that. So I'm going to click on that, and it's actually connecting to my engine, and it's one of the cars that has it, and it's actually a huge screen. You guys don't understand until you sit in this. So let's see if it starts up. There we go. There's my car, the GT, and I have timers which I can set if I'm gonna do laps, and I'm gonna try to beat them, and I can save them all. My gauges, I can have my oil temp, cool temp, oil pressure. My gauges too, battery voltage, intake air temp, the G-force. It actually tracks how fast on the G-force, and engine. So I can be driving and look at my oil pressure, my torque, how many horsepower I'm using, my oil PSI, and it's pretty awesome. And that's just stock on this car. It's got the performance pages, and I can set any of those up for the performance controls. Okay, so I'm gonna go. So this car actually has the Super Track Pack, which is the launch controls. It has a sport mode also. It's got the Tiptronic. So I'm gonna click on the Super Track Pack, and this is the screen it comes in. So I can do default mode. So basically I can set my engine transmission to sport or normal mode. I can set my turn off my paddle shifters or turn them on, which is beautiful. Traction, I have it on normal. You can put it on sport. And then steering, which is my favorite. There's 3 options: the sport, the normal, and the comfortable. Sport's a little bit more stiffer. Normal is a little in between and comfortable. The wheel turns if you're driving on the highway and you want just comfort all day. I love that. One of my favorite features. So it also tells you, if you click on sport and normal, what it does. Normal balanced throttle response, shift comfort, and economy for normal driving. Sport is enhanced, improved throttle response, modified shifting, stuff like that. So you can click on all of them and it'll tell you what it does. So the greatest part about it is the launch control. So basically, if you guys don't know about the launch control, it's actually extra on cars, but this car comes stock in. So you can set and activate your launch control. So basically what that is, if you're trying to race or something, you don't want to blow up your engine, you can actually set your launch where when you hit the brake and the gas, your car doesn't go anywhere, right? But you rev up the motor. So your RPMs are going to start flying up, but they won't go higher than what you set it to. I think the max is 3,500. So you can set it anywhere in between up to 3,500 in the launch range. That's where you get the most launch. Your car revs up in that amount of rotations per minute. So basically you can find your zone where your tires don't spin out as much and you can actually take off a lot quicker. Great feature, awesome. Tells you the temperature on both sides. You got your time, your compass, temperature outside, heated steering wheel, heated seats. And now let's go to the sunroof, which closes right here. Sucks it doesn't have any vents like the BMW, but it's really quick, really easy. This is there's like a little button in the middle, and it actually lifts it. And then one click actually brings it down. Really nice, really smooth, really quiet. One click closes it. But let's give us a little bit of light so we can see in here. So it does have 2 lights. They're not LED, but they work. It's got your eyeglass case. I love it. My last car didn't. It's got lights right here in case you want to turn it off. Coat hanger. The back seats are actually, I sat in them, very comfortable. They spoiled the back, and it also has a cup holder for them. Okay, so we got that. Once you lift this down, you actually have a mirror with 2 lights on it. Little air pressure sensor, or even the mic for your calls. The handle is actually right here on the side. I kind of got used to it. I like it now. The horn works very great. It's got the T shifter on it, so basically I hit the brake and I bring it into neutral and into drive. It lights up on each one, and I bring it in here for manual to control that. Transmission works here better than I thought, like I said, and also it has the telescoping steering wheel, which is fully mechanical, and it goes out pretty far. Which is super nice feature. I love the trim on this. They did a very great job. Speakers are amazing. What else? AC works great. Heat works amazing. This car, the heat, if it's cold, and I live in Illinois, Chicago, and it was 70 2 weeks ago when I bought it, and 2 weeks later it's like, what is it, 28? It's gonna snow on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to the snow. It actually snowed one day, and I was taking turns and driving and drifting a little bit, but this all-wheel drive was great. So this is how you lift it. You only pull once. I know on the BMW you pull twice. You gotta actually put your hand down, and it's right here. And let's see if I can do it with one hand. And you don't, it's fully automatic. You don't need to do anything. So it's got a clean 3.6 liter VVT powered by the 8-speed torque flight transmission. Super clean. Obviously this is 2 weeks old. The battery's in the trunk. Very nice, quiet ride. Unless you hit the, once you hit the gas, you hear the engine. The engine sounds great. Intake. And now since it got a little darker, now the headlights came on, so they're glass balls actually, so they don't look as bad. Now we can see that you have the marker right here, you have the marker in the back, and there are the LED taillights, and they look pretty badass, especially with the 2 exhaust systems. The tints make the car, once it's nice and shiny, and it looks pretty nice. Here's the sunroof open. All you gotta do, lower it, it locks. The hood looks great. Looks awesome. Let's look at the bottom. It's got the fog lights. It's got the little lip. There's the full rims. I love the 2 Dodge black signs. Here's the gas cap. You pop it open and it's not locked, so take it off. You put regular or 89 in, however you want to do it. So let's look at a couple other features that I forgot about. Once you hit the reverse, you actually have a great camera with a full sensor. It's a longer car. I'm not used to it after my 3 Series. When I'm going back, there's actually a sensor system all in the back, which is a great feature.